Humanity always believed the Arkivans were extinct, ancient, hyper-advanced, and long gone before humans even discovered faster-than-light travel. But when the Terran deep space vessel Pathfinder 9 drifted near the Or expanse, it detected a signal so old that no known database could decode it. Captain Mara Lorne, stubborn to a fault, ordered her crew to follow the signal despite every possible warning sign. What they found was a colossal, hollowed asteroid shaped like a perfect sphere, its surface etched with impossible geometric symbols that flickered like thoughts. Inside, they found the Archivan repository, a living archive capable of reading minds, rewriting memories, and adjusting itself to the emotional state of anyone who entered. The moment they stepped inside, the air thickened with psychic pressure. The repository spoke not with sound, but directly inside their skulls. Input accepted, synchronizing cognition, preparing human integration. The crew panicked when the floor rippled like wet ink, forming shifting corridors that rearranged themselves whenever someone thought too strongly about an exit. Dr. Kellis, the neural specialist, tried to communicate with it, but the repository interpreted his curiosity as compliance, and attempted to override his memories with a calm, alien serenity that nearly erased his identity. Mara dragged him back using nothing but sheer will, and a punch to the jaw that jolted his mind enough to break the link. As they pushed deeper toward the central core, the repository began deploying memory projections, visions of their dead parents, childhood friends, lost lovers, try and stabilize them into predictable emotional states. But humans were famously unpredictable. Their memories tangled, contradicted, collided, and confused the archive. Mara realized the truth. The repository wasn't a vault, it was a test designed to evaluate species' minds for stability before granting access to Archivan knowledge. The Arkivan, logical and precise, sought beings who were mentally consistent. Humans were anything but. When the repository tried to read Mara's mind, it recoiled in confusion. Her thoughts took a shade between fear, anger, sarcasm, hunger, childhood embarrassment, and her desire to punch the archive itself. Cognitive instability detected. The repository declared, its psychic voice trembling. Human error levels exceed acceptable thresholds. Recalibrating. But the more it tried to map their minds, the worse it became. Commander Rafe began singing an off-key Terran pop song to distract it. Kellis recited random historical dates mixed with complete lies. Navigator Isha started imagining giant space hamsters because it annoyed the archive. The repository's floor flickered wildly, walls melting into incomprehensible shapes as it struggled to categorize the chaos called humanity. Its voice shifted from calm to frantic static. Your memories contradict each other. Your emotions overlap incorrectly. Your logic loops are incomplete, you are. Mara stepped into the central core, stared directly at the glowing archive and intelligence suspended in a web of crystalline neural strands, and said, "Listen, buddy, humans are a mess. We panic. We improvise, we contradict ourselves. But we survive because we don't make sense. We are chaos with a pulse. Now let us go." The repository's light pulsed erratically, overwhelmed by the sheer mental noise of one species that refused to think like anything predictable. Then the entire structure began collapsing inward, not violently, but as if retreating from them in pure confusion. Human minds incompatible. Human data corrupted. Repositories shutting down. Species classified. UNARCHIVABLE. The crew sprinted back to their ship as the repository folded into a crystalline sphere the size of a coin, then blinked out of reality. Back aboard Pathfinder 9, Kellis wheezed, "Captain, did we just break a billion-year-old alien archive?" Mara sat back in her chair with a grin. "No, we confused it until it rage quit." The crew laughed, exhausted and shaken, realizing humanity had once again survived the impossible by being gloriously, catastrophically human. Later, when Command asked for a report, Mara wrote only 2 words: HFY Protocol.